Well,
Yeah,
we
let's go,
we talked
boys.
about the NFL draft, fellas. Let's talk about free agency. Brad Holmes,
Do it.
he had a quote when he spoke to the media. The Lions made a graphic out of it, sweet graphic. And here's that graphic. He said, I truly believe this was our best free agency haul that we've had since we've been here. Brad Holmes said that about this free agency class. And to be honest, guys, he ain't wrong because they haven't really done. I mean, like Cam Sutton was the big splash, the prior free agency, and
Demont.
Demont. I meant in terms of money, spending money.
Yeah.
But player, you're all right. Yeah, Demont was the most impactful. But this year, DJ Reader, like he's better. I mean, he makes this by himself pretty much the best free agency class. And then if you talk about Carlton Davis, technically he was traded. What do you guys think of Brad's quote here? Just kind of grading his free agency so far.
I thought it was good. I think the reason I would say it's good is because he upgraded this football team. Like that was the only goal going into free agency. Upgrade this football team, fill the holes. Like that's what free agency's for. You filled the holes. You got DJ Reader. You got Kevin Zeitler. You re-signed Graham Glasgow. Like that counts. The Carlton Davis thing, that counts to me as well. Amik Robertson, like a guy to where he had his list of guys he wanted. And when he went after Amik Robertson and Carlton Davis, he said, I thought we were only going to get one. And that was my plan, was just to get one. And he ended up getting both. So we're like, when you look at Brad and his board, typically, he has different boards, and he's proven this in the draft. He has very, very different boards than everyone else. Mm-hmm. And going into the free agency, and this is where I tried so hard, and I think you guys did as well, to try and tell the people, don't get all up in arms over getting Danielle Hunter and getting L'Jarius Sneed and getting these guys. Like, don't get there to where you think you need him to go win football games. And that's a successful offseason if you get those guys, because that's not it. It's Brad had his list. He literally came out and said, I literally got outside of Josh Reynolds, I got every single player at the top of my free agent list this offseason. Every single player. Even and as much as Lucas, you don't like Marcus Davenport, he was towards the top of his list. So everyone that he went after, he got. And yeah, that could be Brad just saying that. I believe that, and I believe the way he's gone about business, he takes different approaches to things. He's looking at the money, he's looking at the long term. He's looking, we're going to have to extend guys, we're going to have to do this. Doesn't make sense for L'Jarius Sneed because of the money, probably. Same with the Danielle Hunter. Doesn't make sense. All of it doesn't add up. I think he killed it, because he upgraded the positions that you needed to upgrade. And he went out there, the offensive line, you thought you were losing Jonah. He went out there and got two guys that are just as good, probably, that are going to be just as good this year for you. I honestly, I like what he did. I would say it's an A right now, just based off of that. Maybe like an A-, because outside the Cam Sutton thing, maybe you do need another corner now. But again, that's TBD right there.
Yeah, I think that was very well said. I mean, you look at what the Lions want to do. They want to shore up the trenches before they do anything else. And they got DJ Reader, who's a Pro Bowl caliber type of defensive tackle. No, he's not an all-pro, but, I mean, that transforms your defense right away, especially when you pair him next to Aleem McNeil. Kevin Zeitler is a Pro Bowl caliber guard. So you upgraded. Like I've said it before, I think Kevin Zeitler, at least for this season, is an upgrade over Jonah Jackson for what he can do. And DJ Reader upgraded the trenches right away. And I guess you can say Marcus Davenport if you want to throw him in there. But then they did add two additional corners to Amik Robertson and Carlton Davis. So the holes, to Booner's point, they got filled. I'm not going to say it's an A yet, because Booner, to your point, I think especially what you said at the very end of it, you could still add a Stephon Gilmore to this, and then I'd be like, all right, that's an A free agency. But I do think it's his best one yet. I think it's hard to say it's not, because I don't think he's really gotten that aggressive. But you talk about the players that we just talked about. I think that's an aggressive free agency.
Yeah, I would give him a B plus. I think they had a good free agency. I mean, I could say DJ Reader, top 10 defensive tackle. You could, and I'm not saying he's 10, but you put him anywhere in there. You could say Kevin Zeitler, top 10 guard. And if you want to go more specifically, right guard. Then yes, he is. He's more top 5 at that specific position. But regardless, he's a top 10 guard, based on what he did last year. And then Carlton Davis, I would say, is probably top 15, maybe.
Yeah,
I would say, based on some guys dropping, some guys. I mean, maybe top 15. If you want to say closer to top 20, it is what it is. But you got two guys that are top 10 at their position, and Davenport and Amik are kind of big question marks because number one, Amik has had 2 seasons where he's been pretty solid, but if he plays really well, now the grade increases significantly. And then Davenport is just injury riddled. Like me and Boone can talk about being optimistic, but like if he's not healthy, like it's a bust.
Biggest
like
thing. That's like keyword healthy. If you say healthy, you can get production.
If he's not healthy, it's a bust. So if he's healthy and Amik has a pretty good year, then yeah, I think the free agency class then goes into more A- range where you're like, they got some damn good players.
Want to throw something out there? I want to throw something out there, and I'm not going to sit here and I'm not. I don't even know if he's going to make the roster. Did you hear Brad's comments on bets? Did you guys any of you guys hear that? Brad came out and said he said the one thing you can't ignore with bets was his production, even if it was versus bad competition. He said it's very similar to when they kind of go out and recruit and they break down film and look at guys that play at lower level D1s and lower like D2s in schools like that, to where when you see guys at lower levels producing a lot more and you kind of start breaking those films down, that's how he looked at a guy like Betts. Was I'm looking at him similar to like a lower level college that, and I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not saying I don't even know if he's going to make the roster, but that's the approach Brad said he's taking. And he said, since obviously he wasn't able to go see games, they have some testing and he said, I'm not going to get into it because it's really weird what we do, but he has some tests and some things that he does with players like that, especially players that are at lower level schools and you can't see play, that he gets those guys through. And he said Betts passed all of them and he loves them. Like he said, he absolutely loves Betts. He had the production
guy.
It just feels like a guy to where just out of nowhere he's going to be in like some sort of rotation at some point in his career, just because it's like he's a Dan guy, he's a Brad guy, and they just absolutely see. I don't know. It's just it was interesting the comments. I don't know if I'm the only one out of all the people in the chat and myself who heard the comments, but when I heard it, I was all right. That's actually kind of interesting. It's interesting the way he approached it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I just.
Go watch Brad talk.
I know, but here's my opinion on it. I just think Matthew Betts will be a big nothing burger. So that's there you go.
Clip it.
Yeah, clip it.
Thursday,
please.
March 28th, 9:10 p.m.
A big nothing burger. Clip this, please. If I'm wrong,
I'm gonna send you the Brad Holmes. I'll send you the Brad Holmes comments on him. I'll go back and find it. And
they love Levi too. They love what Levi could do coming out of the second round.
So does Jeff. Oh no, he's a Josh Pascal guy. My bad, wrong guy. This defensive lineman, dude. It's just they just all get drafted. They all get brought in, and all of them have the same production. I'm sorry, I get some of them mixed up. The production's all similar.
And I'll let you kind of give your. I don't get the like Betts the fascination.
I'm not saying he's even.
The guy was in the NFL.
I know. I don't even know if he's going to make the team.
Said, hey, buddy, there's the fucking door. See ya. Like, what are we doing? He never played again.
I saw the comment and I threw out there what Brad said.
JJ Watt coming back, like Undertaker music cues, and it's like Matthew Betts, and he just comes out of the fucking like, I'm back.
He might not even make the football team. He might not even make the football team out of training.
No, he's not going to. If he does, I'd be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked.
We should put a bet on it. I don't believe it'll happen, but it's just kind of a fun bet when we go to training camp. There's my guy. Come on, Bet.
He's just like Jared's wearing the red jersey and Matthew Betts just lays him out still.
Dog.
And then watch Matthew will be cut and Booner will be like, yeah, I mean, he's what do you expect? I mean, he's just
told you he wasn't going to make it.
He's like, I told you guys he wasn't going to make it.
Can I take the shirt off?
Guys, he's a stud, man. He's a stud. And this is what I don't like. Like, and by the way, it's not that I don't appreciate this person's presence, because I do. And Gary, I appreciate your presence. But how does me giving my opinion like lead to me thinking I'm smarter than Brad Holmes? Like that's what our job is, right? Give our opinion. I'm not going to be like, oh, hold on, what did Brad Holmes say today? He likes this guy. Yeah, I like that guy too. I like that guy a lot because wait, what did Brad say? He says he doesn't like this guy. I don't like that guy either. No, I mean I give my opinion. I don't think Matthew Betts is going to be as good as people think. You know, so there you go. If that's me thinking I'm smarter than Brad Holmes, I don't hate the move. You bring him in, cool, compete. If it doesn't work out, see ya. It's that easy.
Brad Holmes knows what he's doing.
I never said he doesn't. I'm talking to like the fans who are like, Jeff.
Hey, they brought in Denzel Mims too.
Yeah, they want to give him
fair.
like Bada Bing Bada Boom said. They want to give him a look. That's all it is.
What a name,
hey,
dude.
Come on in. If he competes, cool. If he doesn't, see you later. I still don't think they have the other side of Aiden figured out. Like, unless James Houston is like what he was his rookie year. But I'm still a little worried. Like, I am. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.